Raya and the Last Dragon. We're not quite leaving the theater. It's sort of a little abridged version because we took our grandchildren to see it. They said they'd seen it 10 times. So I'm thinking something's not right on that number, because I think when you pay $30 for the premium Disney Plus, I think you only get 24 hours. Maybe it's 48 hours. But they have literally watched it 10 times.
I don't think they watched it that many times.
Couple of times. Let's say it's a couple times. I mean, they're
familiar with it.
They're 6 and 4, so could have exaggerated a little bit. Anyway, we took them to see that in the theater because this is the just left the theater review, even though that's slightly false based on the title. But we took them back home, and then we're on our way home ourselves. So, basic story of the movie. Raya, there's this world with these different kingdoms. They're kind of at odds with each other. There's this one single magical gem that holds off these druids, I think they were called, or druin. These creatures that water, and then if they saw this gem, it kept them from turning people to stone. And then there's this dragon, the last dragon, who is somehow involved with that gem. And Raya, there's a battle, there's a fight kind of over the gem. The gem breaks into 5 pieces, and it separates out, each kind of kingdom takes the gem. And Raya, is running away with her father. Her father was injured, and she's put on the quest to try to reunite those stones and find the last dragon. That's the basis of the story, right? Disney, I'll give it to Disney. They just seem to come up with these stories that kids really seem to. Man, we've struggled to have our grandchildren sit through movies, and they just kind of got into that one. I think. I mean, they did pretty good. That was the first movie we've really seen with them that they sat for the most part all through the entire movie without very many, disruption. They wouldn't make too much noise or want to get up and leave, or a couple of movies we tried to go to. So if it can hold a 4 to 6 year old's interest from beginning to end, especially if they've seen it, quote, 10 times, probably 3 or 4 or 2 or something, but whatever that number really is,
they've seen it.
They've seen it.
At least once.
And then they still wanted to watch it again in the theater with massive quantities of popcorn. They like popcorn. That says something for the movie. And I actually was somewhat interested. What did you think of the movie?
It wasn't bad. It was probably 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I thought it was a decent story. Kind of a familiar blueprint for an animated type movie. There's a mission. There wasn't much music, really. I guess that's one thing that was kind of missing. Sort of a short song here and there. So it's not like a Lion King or one of those that has music where they sing in there which if you don't like singing, you're going to think that's great. If you do, like where the characters suddenly launch into some animated singing thing, you're not going to get much of that in here. But you'll have to see the movie if you want to see how the story comes together, because again, this is no spoiler review. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Are you going with 3.5 or 3? Which one are you going?
3.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. 3.5 stars for Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, would we pay $30 ourselves for Disney Plus? No. But yeah, we'd go into the theater and we spent, I think, just $34 on popcorn and drinks, and then the 2 kids tickets were $7 each, so that's $14 and $34. So there's $48 plus maybe a little bit extra. It's like $49-50, I think, because tax I think was included in that. So $38 to $40 we spent on it at the theater with the tickets, and no, $50, excuse me, because like I said, the kids tickets were $14, $6.99 for 4-year-old. Getting expensive to take kids to movies, no doubt. So a 50 spot for that movie, but we enjoyed it. everybody did, got through it. Kids liked it, and I mean, Disney could just be a factory that keeps making these kinds of movies, and they're going to keep making money because there was a decent number of people in there too. So, you know, not a huge amount, but a few people for the time. It was what, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so
4:40, almost 5.
4:40, almost 5, but on a Friday. So 3.5 stars out of 5. Doesn't hit quite the Force recommended point, but if you're taking your kids to something, there's not a lot of movies to see with kids in there. So, I mean, I don't think you could go wrong if they would like animated movies for kids. Most kids do. So, young kids I'm speaking of. So, that were moviereviewsbyus.com. Thank you for watching. The full text review be in the description. And if you like what you see here, please check out. We do this every time we leave a movie theater, or very soon after leaving a movie theater, in this case. Thank you for watching. Take care.